This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to take a look at. And it was announced today, or at least at the time that I'm recording this, I want to say, that the Fright Zone has finally gone up on Mattel Creations, preparing for a July 1st launch. And we've talked about this before when it was first previewed, but let's go ahead and talk about it again because I'm going to be a content whore on this one, I guess. But anyway. We have some images again, probably more than what we had previously. But the important part is we now have a price for this, and it's $92. The question is, will this sell out? And to be honest, I think there's probably about an 80% chance that it will. Because the Fright Zone is something that people have been asking for a while. The price, however, I've heard people complain about, mostly in different comment sections. But overall, this is an interesting update to the original Fright Zone playset from the 80s, which I never had it myself, but I do remember a friend of mine had it. The problem is I keep on getting the idea of how this one worked mixed up with Yoda's base thing, Dagobah playset for Star Wars. Because I know my friend's older brother had that Star Wars playset, and I think this and that kind of shared some things or gimmicks. Because I think they both used like a foam pit trap thing. But anyway, that's a little more information than you really need to know, but let's take a look at this. Enter if you dare. Terrifyingly updated with fearsome traps around every corner, this set takes collectors deep into the heart of Hordak's stronghold, the Fright Zone. Spin the lair's signature tree to reveal Hordak's villainous throne. Discover a secret entrance, plus a hiding spot to stash your weapons. Perfect for play and display, this ultra-frightful set lets you enter the mind of the Horde leader, capturing heroes with your array of traps. Dreadful dragon at your side. Mwahaha! I just cracked my neck. That hurt. The dimensions here are 20 inches long by 20 inches tall by 14 inches wide. Okay. I know one of the complaints is that this is smaller than Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain, which does seem to be kind of true because I'm guessing that 20 inches tall includes the tree. And does the tree actually do anything? Is what I was kind of wondering, because I think in the original version, the tree actually closed so that it grabbed people. And I don't know, it doesn't really look like this one does that this time around. At least I think that's what it did in the original. Like I said, I think I knew somebody who had this, but I never had it, and I haven't picked up one in my vintage collection, which I probably should do one of these days. And here it says, includes one large dragon figure, which looks like it's a relative of MOTU. Multiple movable parts include hidden throne detachable bird figures. Yeah, bird figures. Sure, let's call them that. Several trap elements, including tube traps and rock monster trap. Does that rock face do anything? Prison cell can flip and has multiple locations to hold figures. Panels can be flipped for more display options. Other figures sold separately, some assembly required. Closed box packaging. Alright, so I've got the images opened up in other tabs here, because I hate the way Mattel does their thing. Like I said, this thing kind of looks like it should be related to MOTU. And this takes the place of the hand puppet from generations ago, I guess. And, well, it's not very impressive, in my opinion. Like, it looks kind of cool, but if you may recall, if you've seen it, that hand puppet took up the entire hole, and it looked like it could swallow a figure. This does not look like it could swallow a figure. Here it's a little bit closer there with a little walking spot. And then we see the weapons stored there, which looks like a Horde crossbow, a Horde trooper magic wand, and I think that's Mosquito's gun there, isn't it? This takes place of the, I think it was a foam, like I said, I think it was a foam trap in the original toy. So that's this thing, I guess it's a claw trap now instead. So I guess you get caught in that, and then this guy's supposed to eat your face. Looks like the jaws do open on this thing, so that's at least something. There's Hordak's throne up there. Again, does this mouth actually do anything? It said rock monster, but I don't think it does. I think it just sits there looking like a Goomba from the Super Mario Brothers Live movie. Another picture from there with the crow figures. And I was doing air quotes, by the way, which just peg onto the tree. Again, based on what I see of this tree, it does not appear as if the branches are designed to grab anything this time around. Unless all the limbs are on a ball joint, I guess perhaps they move. And then here's the creature with its head coming out. I think that's kind of what the rock face is there for, is to make up for the fact that the creature doesn't fill in the whole hole now, I guess. Just another picture inside. So it also appears that basically to play with the playset, the inside of the playset, you have to move the outside indoors here, which it's kind of an interesting concept, but also kind of dumb, I guess, in my opinion. The prison cell, though, flips back and forth, so that's actually kind of a cool feature, because you have to trap them outside and then turn them around and bring them inside, I guess. I'm not sure why the wall of lava has a face here, but whatever. And that's another little trap there, I guess. That looks more like that's going to be designed to hold female figures, though. And last up here, we have the box for it, which... the hell is Skeletor? Is that supposed to be Battle Armor Skeletor there? Because that looks really funky. Although based on this image here, maybe the tree's mouth opens up and can bite people, I guess. And there's the dragon thing looking a hell of a lot larger there than it does in the actual toy. Fighting a variation on Battle Armor He-Man, it looks like, because that chest doesn't quite look right. We do have the goddess here. We have not Orko, I guess. And what the hell is inside the prison cell there? It kind of looks like it could be, based on that, buzz off with a human head and a mask, which is kind of creepy as hell right there. You know, Man-at-Arms without the mustache. Leech, obviously. Montana. Grizzlor and the Red Beast Man. And of course we have Hordak back there with his weird little attachment to him. But yeah, that's our Fright Zone playset here. I know I will be buying at least one at $92. You know, I kind of would hope that maybe it doesn't sell out and that it goes on discount at some point and I can get a second one. Because at least back when I was doing heavy photography, I do have 2 Castle Grayskulls and 2 Snake Mountains. The extras were what I was referring to as my stunt castles, which were the ones that I would take out with me to do photos. Not that I did a ton of them, which also made it kind of a waste of money, but whatever. So I definitely want to get one of these for sure. But other than that, I'm not super excited about this one. But I'm not like super upset about anything either. I think it might come with enough gimmicks to make up for the size difference. But we're also living at a different time than when, you know, Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain came out. And I think both of those, I can't remember if they were started at 80 or $100 originally. Somewhere around there. If you can remember, let me know. But that's just kind of my thoughts on this one. Again, might have changed from the first time I talked about it. Might not have. I don't remember. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. And are you excited about this playset? Or are you kind of like, I don't want it. It's too expensive. It's too small. Actually, somebody did say in a comment that I saw that they think that this playset is actually smaller than the original. But I don't have anything to compare it to. Although, I guess I know one guy who's got a bunch of Vintage Masters of the Universe stuff. Maybe I should talk to him, see if he has that playset available. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to drag and smash that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense, please subscribe. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.